All right, folks, we are back with another edition of the Red and White Podcast. The intros get shorter and shorter. Spotify does not like me. It's been a while since we've talked. Will and I were just going through the episode list. Apparently, we forgot to post one. Sorry about that. We recorded it, didn't put it up. That's the kind of year it's been. That's also the kind of year it's been for NC State football. Right? How you doing, Will?
Doing great. Do you remember when we beat UNC? Because I don't. It was so long ago.
We were just talking about it before the pod if we had talked about the UNC game. Turns out we didn't talk about it before or after. Right? Sorry about that. I guess that's where everybody kind of feels the same way. Kicked UNC's ass. That was great. As expected, honestly. Dave and his love of beating UNC. Yeah.
Isn't it wild that
They
at one point it was 14-7. I looked down and I was not watching it live. I can't remember what we were doing. I think we were doing Christmas stuff. We were prepping for Christmas. And I looked down. I was like, there's not even a worry. Why would I even be worried about this? And then I looked back a few minutes later and it was 21-7, then 28-10. And I said, yeah, okay. We ended up playing Catan instead of watching the game. That's how little I was concerned about the victory there. Nor did I think we'd have to talk about it. And it's funny, I went back and looked at some other state podcast things too, and no one else recorded after that game either. I was like, God, we must have all just been tired of this.
I mean, it was
season.
Saturday, after Thanksgiving, and same old stuff. And speaking of same old stuff, we got a bowl game tomorrow.
That's crazy.
Clockwork beat UNC. Clockwork lay an egg in the bowl game. That's what I'm expecting. Though it's Memphis, I feel like we should be better than them. I don't know.
They don't have a coach. They don't have an offensive coordinator.
Who's coaching them?
I think probably. I don't think it's their DC. God, I had this information an hour ago, and that's definitely deleted from my brain. Let me see if I can find back. Did you know it's been since 2017 since we won a bowl game? I was not aware of that.
State? The Sun Bowl?
Probably. Guess what? They didn't coach that game either. So,
Oh yeah, they Herm Moore.
Yeah, I don't
that time.
Yeah, so I don't want to. I don't want to jinx it, but we're pretty good against bowl teams without head coaches. I don't know. Was ECU's coach officially hired at that point last year?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, so maybe that's
I don't remember.
Maybe we're wrong there, but it's really weird to be playing this soon.
It is very strange. Dave kind of mentioned it in his presser, and they tried to jam as many practices in as they could and all that stuff. The strange part to me is who's going to play, who's not going to play. And that's kind of, I didn't join any bowl pick'em pools this year. Like I just feel like it's throwing money away because you're straight up guessing.
Yeah.
Because there's no rhyme or reason to who's going to be, who's playing. We just found out today that Hollywood Smothers is opting out of the bowl and entering the transfer portal, or maybe the draft.
TBD.
And yeah, I mean, I typically don't care about the portal. I really liked Hollywood, and I thought there was no way he was transferring out again. I thought his next move was to the draft. And for him to be going into the portal is just kind of, I don't know. I guess maybe he doesn't expect to get a good draft grade. He can cash checks in college.
Can he play for a playoff team?
I mean, he's going to go. I mean, does he go?
No, I mean like this current playoff.
Oh. That would be wild when that does happen, right? He rolls in the fall.
I have a feeling
I don't
he's
know.
going to go to Texas A&M.
Back to the SEC? He started at Oklahoma? Like, it's just strange.
I think it's just he's probably talking to KC. Right?
Yeah, I mean, that's the natural connection, but I'm guessing he goes to Oregon or something like that. Something wide open.
Yeah, my theory. Oregon would be a good fit. When you texted me that, I said, well, maybe he's just getting a price check, and if you get paid the same to play in college as you would be to get drafted, I feel like I would just go get drafted at that point. Go get the money, get in the league. Your time is short. But maybe if you get like a hella good offer, if someone is going to give you, I don't know, what's a rookie contract worth these days? It might be.
I don't know. Like, I feel like top end college money is probably more than that, right? More than
Yeah.
fourth or fifth round. I'm sure somebody's got the numbers, but it just doesn't feel like it. Especially if you're a quarterback or starting running back. Quarterbacks are going to be demanding 4+, right? I think that's just insane to me.
Do they deserve it? I mean, has anyone at any point just been like, "This is a little crazy"?
No, because there's so much money floating around. And that's the
Yeah.
crazy part is the people who are still donating to athletic departments in that regards, right? I mean, I don't know. It just seems strange to me.
Did you know that C.J. Bailey was the lead rusher of the UNC game?
I had no idea.
He had
No.
65 yards. Hollywood Smothers
Yeah, I
had
know Hollywood.
32.
Hollywood didn't play a whole lot.
Yeah. I mean, ever since that Pitt game, he came out in the third or fourth quarter, and at first I thought he just kind of pulled himself out and was just like, why would I play right now? But he never really looked right after that. So I was curious actually if he was going to play. I mean, whatever. Parlay it however you want to parlay it. I just think it's just insane to me. I think you could fix college football. What did I text you today? I said, every team should get a development fee. So if a player leaves and gets paid like $4 million, then the school should get a vig off of that, basically.
Yeah.
Right? Because, I mean, they were.
Good luck getting that one through.
That's what I'm
was
saying, but that would kind of slow the shit down. Or buyouts, like
Doesn't hockey, doesn't the NHL have it where a team, if you get drafted by a team, they basically own your rights and they have to get paid wherever you play. So I think this is right. Like, I think that is the model that's going to have to happen if somebody's going to have to step in here. Like the Rangers draft somebody and they ends up going to, I don't know, EuroLeague. The EuroLeague has to pay the Rangers and the Rangers still are paying him. Like, it's very strange how the college hockey setup works.
I actually have a bunch of random friends who played college hockey, and so I will go ask and see what the deal is here, and then we will fix college sports because we could be talking about the ACC conference game blunder, the Notre Dame pissy fit,
We'll get there.
But anyways, I'm just reminding myself that so much has happened.
I encourage everybody to go read the Yahoo Sports article, and I'll link it in the description, or listen to the Yahoo Sports pod. Stephen Gottfried, I sent to you earlier.
I didn't get to listen to that one yet.
He broke down how to save the bowl system, and it was phenomenal. And I really wish it got more traction. Like, that is what needs to happen.
Was that one written, or that one was? Did he do audio or?
Yeah. So that clip, the link has a clip. It's like a 4-minute clip of him talking about it from their podcast, but there's also the text breakdown. I'm going to read it.
Okay.
But it was essentially just dismantling the bowls and how they're run now. Have the bowls pay the players, have the bowls pay the universities, like have the bowls pay the coaches their bonuses. I mean, it's a really good structure like that. It makes too much sense for it to ever happen in college sports, but it needs to get some traction. It is a really good breakdown.
Yeah, something's got to change. I mean, it's weird. I mean, I'm all for everyone getting paid and whatnot, but God, my level of care in these athletes has decreased.
Oh, it's terrible.
Like when you texted me that, I was just like, whatever. Okay, see you, Hollywood. Like, I mean, I'm glad you ran for a lot of yards on a 7-win team. Go get paid. No harm, no foul. I get it.
Yeah, it's within the system, right? It's the free transfers bothers me more than the money, honestly. Just being able to float from one to the next.
That's why I think you need the buyout thing.
Yeah.
I think I just think that would be great. All right, well, Hollywood wants to leave here and go somewhere else. Okay, well, we invested $2 million in them, so we want $2 million back. I think that would fix it. It wouldn't pass any labor
championship game and the 7-way tiebreaker or whatever that got Duke versus Virginia. Manny Diaz has now won an AC title. Dave Doran is still titleless.
UVA's been to 2 title games since Dave's been here.
Oh, God.
And we've beaten them both years that they went.
Not only do we beat UVA, who was a playoff contender, beat Georgia Tech, playoff contender, you beat the Heisman quarterback or the Heisman winning quarterback last year.
Yeah.
Mendoza. The ACC is just dumb and doing dumb things. You know, with the schedule just came out, and we'll talk about it. There's a whole stupid thing about it. And they were like, yeah, well, we'll essentially pick the
team that plays 8 games.
Yeah, the team. Yeah, exactly. Like, just they can't get out of their way. I mean, just so much dumb stuff with the league.
I feel like this league could be fixed so easily. Well, first off, hold on. Let's talk about the championship game real quick. Tough scene in this household. Three Wahoos were watching that game with me. My wife left in the first quarter and said, "I've fucking seen this show before," and said, "I'm not sticking around for this." And you know, I kept telling them. I said, you know, the ACC must know that Miami is getting in tomorrow. Because if they thought Virginia was the only way they would get a team in the playoff right now, these refs would be calling every ticky-tack possible thing against Duke. And I said, they haven't done anything. In fact, they're actually favoring Duke, which makes me think they want Virginia to lose, and they'd rather get Miami in because it is better for the ACC. So I was not shocked whatsoever with what happened after that game and with Notre Dame. But I do think there are some ways to fix the ACC, but I don't know if it's worth going into it right now, but
no, we can go into Notre Dame and their whiny asses. I can't believe the Notre Dame athletic director.
What was he thinking?
Essentially went scorched earth on the ACC and how we didn't stand up for him. Oh, by the way, you're not a member of the ACC. You never commit to anything. Like, I mean, Jim Phillips could have just railed him, and thank God for Brett Yormark in the Big 12. Absolutely went in on Bavacqua from Notre Dame. Just looks like complete morons, whiny bitches because they didn't get in, and blame the ACC for it. Like, the whole thing was so stupid.
Do you think the ACC went in there and said we think Alabama should be selected? Like, I thought coming out. See, this is my thing. Those championship games should matter, and I always thought that it should be. Hey, like if you're anywhere on the fringe of not getting into the playoff, like you need to play well in that championship game. You don't have to win it necessarily, but you got to play well. And Alabama looked like a dog turd out there. They looked so bad. So I thought it was obvious that the committee was going to put Notre Dame and Miami in front of Alabama. And so, in my opinion, Notre Dame's complaint is with the SEC and Alabama being favored. Like, why would you complain about the team that beat you?
Yeah, just because the kabuki theater of the rankings all year.
Yeah.
I agree. Like, Notre Dame should have been in over Alabama. Both of them had not the best schedules, but they were never going to penalize Alabama for losing the SEC championship game, right? Just devalue that game. They weren't going to do it, so you just knew that it was going to fall the other way. But
see, I still think it puts value on it. I think if Alabama had lost 28, 24, 21, whatever, looked interesting to watch, it would have made sense. But not only did you bring them in, then you've got them rematching. Who are they playing? Oklahoma?
Yes.
Right? Why are we getting rematches in the playoff? That's the one thing I don't want to see.
Correct.
Right? So the whole thing is just really odd. I was like, you couldn't have convinced yourself that Notre Dame, Oklahoma would be a better game to watch, or keep Alabama in and get Oklahoma out. They're not good either.
Yeah, right.
But
the SEC.
It's stupid.
There's
a lawsuit coming.
The funniest thing to me, the funniest thing to me was people are starting to come around to Notre Dame and actually like Notre Dame because of Freeman. Right? Everybody kind of likes him and just comes off, and then the athletic director just takes all that goodwill and just threw it out the window. And now everybody's like, "F you, man, F Notre Dame." And then they signed the MOU, so the memorandum of understanding that really pissed people off, where it was now an agreement where the college football playoff said they will, if Notre Dame is ranked in the top 12, they will put them in. No matter
they're going to be ranked 13th.
Yes,
right?
Correct. Now it's just okay,
especially after this bitch fest.
Yeah,
the
whole thing is just so stupid. It's just
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I just can't believe they haven't been sued yet. It's very obvious that well, one, like the committee changes everything every week.
Yeah.
But two, it obviously is favoring certain things, and it's clearly biased. Just give me the BCS computers. Give me the 12 or 14 teams. Give me one of each of the power conferences, and let the BCS computer formulas just do it. I looked this year; it would have been a really good matchup. Like,
Yeah.
there's no point.
There's
in
just so
having
many better
humans.
ways to do it, and there's so many people with actual good ideas on how to run all this, but the money and the TV it's just such a cluster, man.
Yeah.
I don't have the energy to care anymore. Yeah, I think a lot of people feel like that. I just
Yeah,
don't.
because it doesn't matter. Like
No, it doesn't matter.
everyone in that watches this sport could howl to the moon about how bad this is, and so well, first off, someone's gonna go, well, the viewership numbers were higher than ever thanks to gambling,
Yeah.
right? And two, no one said like that the product was better though. Like there's some nuances here, but it won't matter. It's like everyone's just cashing money, printing checks. These college presidents aren't incentivized to make any changes. They basically run the system. So it's sad, man. It's annoying. Remember how you used to get excited about like, oh, we got a New Year's Bowl. If we had a New Year's Bowl right now, I'd be like, whatever. I think I got better things to do that day.
Well, being having Dave Doran's track record in the bowl really plays part of that too.
We don't know his New Year's Day Bowl record though.
I do over nothing,
I have more faith.
0 for 0. And then it's funny. Another one. This is kind of unrelated, but I was thinking about it. Kyle Whittingham steps down at Utah.
Yeah, I was about to say, did he
Michigan-
really step down?
Well,
Did someone trip him on the way out?
He didn't retire as the first reports, and then it was like he stepped down. Essentially, they pushed him out. And I'm sitting here thinking, Utah can do it, right? They're my metric. Let's be Utah. Utah can force out their coach who's been there forever, who's gotten above average results.
I was going to say, I got to
Right.
look at his record real quick.
I mean, it's better than Dave's, but they're not too far
177
apart.
and 88. And they
Yeah.
forced him out.
Yeah, they forced him out.
That's crazy.
It's funny, there's Michigan job just came open, not just came open, but after that, weirdness with Sharon Moore. But listening to Cover 3, and I guess some NC State fan put in the Cover 3 chat, what about Dave Doran to Michigan? And they were like, well, not great. They just, and then in the same tone, everybody's like, Matt Gamble to Penn State's a great hire. I'm like, they're basically the same guy. Like, I don't it's a marketing thing. It's a branding thing. But the funny part to me is that everybody says, oh, you should be happy with Dave. He's doing this and that and the other. Never gets mentioned for one of these jobs, despite being very much on par with these coaches that are getting hired right now.
Isn't that weird?
It's so strange.
I honestly don't think he wants to coach anywhere else.
I don't know. I don't know what to think at this point.
I don't think
I still think he wanted to retire. He looked like he's been defeated, and then all of a sudden he gets a little life in him, and now who knows what the offseason brings, but just guys are getting hired that are basically Dave with maybe more riskier floors. Like, what you're going to get. Yeah. I think Dave would do fine at a Penn State or a Michigan. I think he would do well. He'd be able to keep their level of talent and play the way he wants to play. And they would win. They would win just as much as they're winning now. Michigan would go 10-2. Like, he would do fine there. But he never gets mentioned for any of these jobs. And I just think that's interesting.
Yeah, it's funny because, I think actually Michigan is like, he's like a perfect person for that type of job. I mean, it is kind of odd that he doesn't get mentioned for it. God, I'm looking at Kyle Whittingham's record. I mean, you're right. It's like fancier Dave.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I mean, what was their justification for pushing Whittingham out?
I mean, I don't really know. They didn't really have one.
Yeah.
Not that.
He just went 10-2.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Like, there are rumors that he was going to retire and whatnot, but then it came like, well, that wasn't the case. They wanted the younger guy to take over.
Yeah. Well, here's my
Get it.
thing.
That's
Kind
fine.
of.
You just want to change, right? You just want to change
Yeah.
see something new. Get
I
a
mean,
fresh
he'd been
face in there.
there. He'd been there since 2004, right?
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
a long, long time. I think you're right though. I think a lot of these guys are kind of replacement level with each other. There's a lot of good coaches now. I think there's enough.
Yeah.
There's probably enough information and resources and just general coaching trees, clinics, yada yada yada, yada, right? That I think a lot of guys can triangulate around the right concepts, and then it's about how do you run a program, et cetera, which I think Dave is really good at. So I think you're right. I think a lot of these guys can probably replicate similar results. Maybe their floor is a little shakier. That's why I don't understand like why everyone's like, oh, you gotta go spend 8-9 million whatever on a coach. It's like, I don't really think it's the coaches that are important, man. I think you can get any of these coaches if you could just get players. The players are way more important, in my opinion. I just
especially now, and you can just buy them, which is crazy.
rent them. You rent them.
Just true. You just
Be careful.
them, you know.
The Fed doesn't like interstate purchasing of athletes.
Transfer portal channel on the podcast blowing up. I was trying to see who it was. It's Josh Hoover of Tennessee, and then the Carolina kid.
Which Carolina kid?
Tyler Thompson, their best defensive player. Yeah.
What does that even mean anymore?
Nothing.
A UNC defensive player? Come on.
He was pretty good. I'd take him.
Maybe Charlton will be on him. What are we doing here?
Yeah, sorry, I got distracted by the transfer portal.
Memphis?
We got a whole list of things. Memphis? I don't know anything about Memphis. Memphis is always...
Running quarterback.
Yeah.
Decent linebacker. That's all you need.
Who's playing?
They got a good wide receiver.
Are they playing?
Yeah. So far, I don't think they've had any major opt-outs. They must have a better culture than us if that's the case. I'm kidding.
I don't even know. Turning off football for a second. NC State was in the soccer national championship. Did you watch it?
Yeah. I only watched a few minutes. I caught it at the end, and then I said, wait, they started sucking as soon as I started watching. Why don't I stop watching? Then we immediately went to overtime. I said, oh, see, it works. And then we lost.
I watched the game before that and in that game. I didn't go to the game, but I did watch them. And I was immediately ready to be a soccer school. Like, let's put everything into soccer. How much could it
saw
take?
your tweet.
How much could it take to dominate college soccer, right? It just can't take that much. It'd take one CJ Bailey salary, right? I mean, like 6 months of CJ Bailey salary. And
if you had that much money, you'd probably be running a mini UEFA team or whatever at that point.
I mean, I was all in. I really wanted them to win, given that it was in front of the home crowd. Like, that would have been super cool. But like, it's funny. There's so many people out there who were like, "Oh, we can't have nice things," and it always happens to us. I'm like, it's first of all, it's soccer. Second of all, we've been a bottom feeder program for pretty much ever until Hubbard came in, and all of a sudden you're in the national championship game. I mean, let's have some perspective here for a minute. And the other part of that is Washington was basically the same thing. They made their first national championship game in 2021, lost, come back a few years later, and then they win. Like, there's a progression to some of these things. Like, you get a good coach and you can elevate your program. Dude, Hubbard did amazing things this year. We got a bunch of the guys coming back. I think just a lot of positives to it. I'm over the mentality of we can't have nice things. We can't have nice things. It's such a cop out for what we've always said, just lazy administration, lazy, getting things done, giving coaches an excuse for being mediocre. Oh, it's NC State's cursed. Like, no, it's not cursed. You're cursed by putting incompetent people in charge and making bad decisions. When you hire the right coaches and you bring in the right people, good things happen. You give yourself more chances at it. We haven't had a ton of chances at championship level success. I don't, so I don't get that mentality. It's like, it's a very old mentality, and let's just stop giving people a cop out. I was all in on soccer. I was so much fun.
Yeah, I also just think like that mentality coming out after you just lost in overtime in a national championship game, like it's two good teams playing each other. Sometimes
Yeah.
the other
Yeah.
team just has it go their way, and I saw someone talking about a offsides that wasn't called. Well, you know what? I played soccer all my life. That shit happens all the time.
Yeah.
Like I can't expect perfection there. I think it's awesome. They fought till the end, came back. It just
To get
just
that to
happens.
overtime was electric, man. It was wild. I'm like, my whole family was watching it. We had so much fun. Like, we don't watch soccer. It's not something we do, but we were watching that game, and then when they scored the tying goal, we went nuts.
Was it
It was
just chance
crazy.
that it was in Cary, or is that where they've been hosting it before?
I think they rotate through a couple of big sites like that. I'm not
Okay.
sure what the thing is. I thought I saw her mention that it's going to be there again in a few years, but super cool, man. It would have been great to win in front of the home crowd, but either way, that's an awesome program. They had an awesome season. It was a great game. I mean, enjoy it. Let's stop at the woe is me. That's been on my mind for like 2 days after that game.
Yeah.
Um, how many balloons is too many balloons, Will? Did you see that story today?
No. What happened?
Oh, man.
I was
So-
working so much today. I missed so much, I guess.
David Kovici did a bunch of FOIA requests, and he put out the top 10 the schools that spend the most money on balloons. How much money do you think NC State football spent on balloons this year?
I don't know. $1,800
$48,000.
on balloons.
We
Did
were
we
behind
drop a lot of
sorry,
balloons?
44,000. Carolina was 48,000. We can't even beat Carolina in balloon spending.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Where was there like a big DJ Burns balloon that I wasn't aware of? Like what are we doing?
$44,000 on balloons. I think Texas was number one. My screenshot cut off here. A&M was Texas Tech 56, Texas A&M 55, Carolina 48, NC State 44. What? And it just makes me. It made me laugh so much because, again, the conversation. NC State's poor. NC don't have any money. Give us your money. We can't have good things, so we have no money. And you're spending $44,000 on balloons for your football program.
I'm just curious, where were the balloons used?
It had to have been the recruiting things when they do those big decorations for it, but I don't know. Wait until somebody starts digging into who owns Balloon Company. That'll be.
It sounds like we need to start a balloon company.
I need a balloon.
because-
Dude, the margins, they're not even helium. They weren't even floating. They were just on the ground.
Jeez.
$44,000 in balloons.
Oh my god, yeah, let's go optimize this. Recruiting
Holy
balloons. Oh jeez.
I'm just going through our list. So we started just running Notepad in the.
Were we on there for
Yeah.
anything else that was really random?
No, it was only balloons. They literally only put out the balloon list.
That's crazy. How much did they say Texas was spending?
I think it was 63. But my
Everything's
screenshot cut
bigger in Texas, even the balloons.
off. Yeah, the top three schools are Texas schools, and then then Carolina, us, Arkansas, and Virginia Tech.
So the state of Texas is responsible for what, $150,000 of balloons? That's what I'm hearing.
At least.
That's-
At least. Yeah.
That's insane.
And
That's,
Virginia Tech, who's also broke, spends $30,000 a year on balloons.
I,
And
Can we
you,
talk about how Virginia Tech is getting money right now, and it is just killing me?
yeah.
Is Jim Goodnight gonna name? Are we gonna name the stadium after Goodnight? What's happening? Can we get something?
I hope so. Jesus. I've heard those rumors, but who knows? I hear a lot of rumors. Thoughts on how college football can be fixed? Smothers News just broken. I don't care anymore. I already talked about that. Yeah, I don't either.
Wow.
The other one that came out, going back to football, the Big 12, I think I sent this to you. Big 12 got into the agreement with the private equity company to basically set up a line of credit for all these schools. Utah already took it. They're going to get $500 million from a private equity private equity firm essentially parsing out their athletic department into its own company. And yeah,
Man,
interesting.
nothing good ever happens with private equity. I just don't. I don't see this ending well. Like I
Well,
really don't.
what's going to happen, right? What does private equity do? They come in and they cut costs everywhere. What's going to happen is all of the $50,000 of balloons that are being spent, that shit's going away. Like
It's
your
gonna be one
bloated
big balloon.
administration salaries going to go away, right? All this stuff is going to get cut down.
Hey, why don't we have more interns?
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Shouldn't they
how
want
about
this
balloon
learning
blowing
experience?
intern?
Yeah, I can't wait for the. Oh, God, I don't know if you've dealt with like the consultants and like it's horrible. I can just imagine what it's going to be like. Hey, tell me what you do here. Blah blah blah. Okay, I'm going to make a PowerPoint about what you do, and then we're going to use that to justify getting rid of your job. Okay, next
Yeah.
person. Like it's. I hate
But
it.
like I think that is needed in a lot of the athletic departments.
Oh, for
But
sure.
it's going to be interesting to see how a non-for-profit entity, a university, is now going to accept private equity money. Like, do we see where this is getting
I
kind
don't
of
see how. Yeah,
the lines are blurred? Yeah, it's very, very strange.
I-
But this is where it's going. We talked about this years ago. We talked
Yeah.
about the athletic departments just being parsed out and being a licensing entity. There'd be no, you're just going to be the brand now. It's not going to be anything to do with the university. That's where it's going. That's where this is all heading.
I don't like it. I mean, I feel, again, I think if universities or athletic departments simply had like a lean kind of mindset and actually ran themselves like businesses with P&L, like not that they were just getting, I the whole thing would be different, right? You wouldn't see all these stupid facilities that people wasted money on, stupid positions. You wouldn't have barber shops and all this crap. You wouldn't have the slide, the things at Clemson. Like, you would just have football facilities. And, coaches would be probably making a third of what they make today if they actually had to pay the players.
Yeah.
And to me, I've just been thinking about it constantly. It's like someone needs to just basically say, all right, this is the new world we're going to be in. I don't need to pay Dave Doran $5 million. I need to come up with a creative way to pay a head coach $2 or $3 million and then give them some equity or something like that. That gives it, is their bonus to stick around. And then if they get hired, great. I'd rather them get hired away from me. You need to be happy with that because the majority the thing is like you're basically looking for a Texas Tech each year, right? Like you just want to get your flash. You hope you get to succeed. You hope you get a run at it, and then you're probably gonna have 5-6 years where you're gonna be normal again. So I would be like when we were talking about how house money should be split up and all that stuff. I was like, well, if I was state, I would just like bank it for a few years and then just go all out for a season. Like when I got the quarterback ready and I got this, like we had the Texas Tech off defensive line back in 2014, 15, 16, like when we had Chubb, Street, Hill, right? Like you've seen what that money looks like when you have to actually spend it. So I don't know. I think people need to get a little bit more creative if we're gonna be stuck in this environment.
That can go so many ways. This environment, is that our program? Is that college football? Is that
It's all of it, man. Like
it is all of it.
It sucks. I just really did not enjoy watching sports this season. It was just, you get a couple cool things each weekend that you get to watch or whatever, but I don't know. Like I've seen people complaining, "Oh, hey, they get scholarships. Should we be funding their scholarships?" Like, I don't know. Maybe there's a good point there. I don't know, man. I'm just jaded. I really liked that Will Wade press conference, though.
We're getting to basketball. I'm not doing that one yet. Caden Fordham, All-American. Didn't see that coming.
Well, I think, he looked a step slow to start the season. Probably was recovering from injury. Kind of finally seeing what you're getting by the end of the season. Great. Still no Peyton Wilson, but still great. Like
somebody put in the pod chat that it was the safeties getting better that made Caden Fordham look better, and I thought that could make a lot of sense, right?
I there was just some stability that finally kind of came towards the back of the season. Like you kind of just ran out of bodies that could get injured, and Elliott being around, for, to me, like once he came back, I think things kind of stabilized there too. So I think a lot went. It's not surprising, I guess, the way things went down. But the frustration with the early part of the season or with the losses was it was just when people were out of position, right? Like it wasn't the players, like it wasn't like the talent was bad. It was just they weren't executing well. Kind of like Will Wade was complaining about, right? It's just like the attention to detail wasn't there. What did he say today?
Basketball.
I know. Well, I just I know.
No.
I just want to say there was one thing that will go back to this, where he said is like, oh, we put the backups in, and then they play like backups, and you're like, oh yeah, that's right, that's why they're backups. And so when you're down to like the fifth backup at a position, it's like not surprising that mistakes are made is all.
Yeah.
Here, vamp for a second. I gotta go for a second. Hold on.
KC was first team all purpose. Good for him. Nobody's surprised by that. I don't know. I just openly admitted I was criticizing Fordham early in the year. And I think rightfully so. I thought he played bad early in the year, but he's gotten a lot better. I don't know what Will's doing. He's moving a big box in the background now. But, yeah, I don't know. The other pod question, have we booked a plane for Brazil yet? No, we haven't.
What did I miss?
No, I'm talking about Brazil at this point.
Oh, sorry. My wife was too afraid to go behind me right now and get these paintbrushes for these ornaments because she's definitely afraid of showing up on the podcast.
Okay. She didn't like us talking bad about Jordan, but
we got to support all women in this household.
No, negative.
Not that.
Okay. Going back. Here's a question that I had. How much would you be willing to pay CJ Bailey to stick around? And the reason I ask that is because CJ Bailey said I'm going home after the bowl and hang out, kind of figure out my future, which means I'm going to figure out who's going to pay me. How much would you pay CJ Bailey?
What is my total budget?
I don't know, but let's assume he's getting somewhere around $2 million now.
I'm gonna get like. To me, I didn't think CJ Bailey was that good this year. Definitely not consistent. I don't know. Like let's say you have a $15 million budget.
Probably about right.
Right. 2 million of that is what? That's almost 12-13% of your budget on one person. Very key person. He did survive the season, something our quarterbacks have not done in recent years.
Yeah, correct.
I don't know. I really don't. I don't think what he did this year was worth $2 million. Like,
yeah, putting in perspective, like Bryce Underwood and Arch Manning were like, $7 to $10 million, whatever they are getting. The Duke quarterback was the one that came through and was like, "Oh my God, Duke paid."
That was 4, right?
Yeah, so he was basically like 3.5 plus for 2 years, and then so he got $7 million or something like that, which is still bonkers. CJ getting about 2, like that's kind of your range in there, and I think any starter is probably going to be in that $2 to $4 million range.
Let's say we win the bowl game. Do you think CJ Bailey earned $250,000 per win?
I mean, it depends on what your metric is, right?
That's $2 million. I mean, right? Like, to me, that is insane. He is not delivering. None of these guys are delivering $250,000 of value per game. Like, that's why I just look at this stuff. I'm like, this is absolutely bonkers. Like, again, take all that money, people, put it in the stock market, get permanent wealth, please. But
I wouldn't. If it's me, I'm spreading the money around. I'm trying to get more.
I'd rather get Will Wilson.
I'll get $1 million quarterback, and then figure out.
How much do you think? Oh my God, Morris was for UVA? Because like it was like, if I remember correctly, someone said it was like Oklahoma State and like 2 nobodies, Memphis, I think, and maybe UCF. Like I don't think you have to pay this much money.
I don't think there's that many schools that are going to pay that much money. So I think you're right. I think there are a bunch that'll pay about a mil, a mil to two. I think that's probably okay. But I just don't think there's going to be a whole lot of schools that are going to have the budgets to pay $4 million for a CJ Bailey or $5 million or whatever it's going to be.
I'd rather spend $4 or $5 million. I'd rather spend $8 million on the defensive and offensive line.
Yeah.
Build out my team that way and then sprinkle it in from there. That's my problem. It's just like the math does not make sense to me right now. I know we've got these TV contracts that are out of this world. And so it makes everyone think like you have to spend this money, but like this seems just like an irresponsible use of money.
It's college sports. It definitely is.
I know it is, right? But like,
Yeah.
Does Dave Doran really deserve $6 million? Does who's the BC coach? I don't even know right now. Bill O'Brien. Like, what are we paying for? Why are we paying? You're only paying this much money. Like, it's just stupid. Like, there should be first year, second year, third year, fourth year. You should be paid amount, and then NIL should actually do NIL things. Like,
yeah,
I hate this. But anyways,
the Georgia Tech quarterback is going to Florida following Buster Faulkner.
Who? Haynes King?
$3 million a year. No, the backup quarterback getting paid $3 million a year.
Oh my God, that guy that came in and beat us.
Yeah.
God, that's another reason
Yeah,
Dave's salary gets me mad.
Caton Hauser, the ECU quarterback, allegedly turned down a little over $1 million to stay at ECU, and he's entering the portal.
No way.
Yeah.
Someone offered him $1 million?
ECU did to keep him. And he said no. I don't want to stay at ECU either, but right?
It's a lot of money for VD. Yeah. See, man, that's crazy to me. Like, like, no offense. I didn't. Well, you know what? I didn't watch them for the rest of the season, so maybe it was something different. But I wasn't that impressed. Like, that's my thing. It's like I'd rather have Will Wilson. I don't know what we paid Will Wilson to get him here. I don't know. I'd be more interested in paying him and watching his results right now.
Yeah.
Like, I think the thing with CJ Bailey in particular is it's kind of polarizing. It's just he hasn't quite put it all together yet. So there's a part of me that's like, why am I paying $2 million for inconsistent right now? I don't know what we paid Brennan Armstrong or McCall, but at least I knew what they were.
Yeah.
And also, if Brennan Armstrong had this offense, I think we would have won a lot of games, right? Like, it's kind of bizarre. Like, so there's a part of me that's kind of like, well, why not? If you could retain the wide receivers by any chance, I'd rather spend $2 million on a different quarterback, I think. Yeah. But he's got a good attitude, great smile, great leader, 6'6". I'm tired of hearing that. When everyone just talks about the fact that you're 6'6", I remember they used to say that about the ASU guy, Brock, whatever his name. He's 6'7", blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And I was like, that's not good.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm spreading that money around. Give me, give me $1 million for a Caton Hauser or whatever, somebody from a G5. I'll take that flyer all day.
I bet whatever happens at the end of this game, if the quarterback for Memphis looks decent, we are going to offer him money.
Memphis might have more money than us.
Maybe. Which got that Memphis mob money.
We spent all our money on balloons, so we ain't got no money left.
Imagine it, man. Think of like all those balloons. That's a Keon Lassane that just went out the door. That literally just lost its air. Like God. But that's what's crazy. Like, I mean, think about all this stupid shit that you waste money on running a team in this era. Like, that's probably, I don't know. That's at least a backup DB.
Yeah.
More?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think here, right? Let's say you got $15 million and you actually want to like spread it out across the roster evenly, right? Like 85 players. What is that? That's like 175 a player, right? 175K, if I remember, if I do my math right, times 85. Boy, this is hot shit for everyone to be listening to. Yeah. Don't you think you could build a pretty good team just spending $175,000 on every single guy on the roster?
I would think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. That's why I don't think we're spending 15 million, or we haven't in the past. But anyways, I don't know who's even left on this team. Like,
Who knows?
Jolie's gone after the season, right? Harsh and Sloan are
Yeah.
gone. Is Grimes gone?
Grimes was appealing for another year, but I don't know.
God, that kid was wasted here. I say this every season, right? Anthony Smith, wasted, right? But for real, like, I just felt like we completely wasted these wide receivers this year. It's so insane.
And that's not going to relitigate that one. On the positive news, I really like what John Summerall did. He is donating $100,000 to Tulane's NIL. Said, I want to leave it as a better place than I found it, as before he goes off to Florida. I thought that was a pretty classy move.
That's
good for
true.
him. Yeah, need more of that. While you have the Sherman Moores out there doing what they're doing at Michigan.
Yeah, I mean,
That was a crazy
what the
story.
hell? That's bonkers. That's the kind of stuff that makes me go, you know what? I'm happy with Dave and 8 wins. You know what? There's been very relatively minor issues since he's been here, right? I mean, other than God, who was it that was driving around threatening to kill people? Oh, that defensive lineman.
Owino?
Joseph
something or other.
Oh my gosh. Anyways,
The Millbrook kid.
Yeah, it's. I don't know. Do we even have money? Are people donating anymore? I don't even know.
I don't know. Your boy Tim Beck got another job, fired from Coastal, got hired as offensive coordinator by Brian Hartline, the new USF coach.
Wait, Brian Hartline. Was he the OSU recruiter that everyone was hot to trot for?
Yep.
Thank God we won't be losing wide receivers to Ohio State anymore.
No, now you're losing to South Florida.
Probably. Tim Beck. I never thought it would end poorly at Coastal. Yes, I did.
Everybody saw that coming.
That was crazy. What's Chadwell doing right now?
Just at Liberty.
Still got that Jesus money, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
You'd think they would be a lot better. They literally got. Anyways, Tim Beck. How does this guy keep getting jobs?
Because it's such an incestuous sport. They all keep giving each other jobs.
I know. Once again, I don't think you need to pay money for these guys. They're all the same.
Here are the quarterbacks in the portal right now.
Okay.
Somebody wanted us to rank them, but I'm going to go by the.
You think I've even watched any of these guys play this year? I'm going by name only.
Tell me if you even know what school they play for.
Okay? Zero chance.
Brendan Sorsby.
Nope.
Cincinnati. DJ Lagway.
Florida, right?
Yeah. Dylan Raiola.
Nebraska?
Yes. Kenny Minchie.
I know the name. I don't know where.
Notre Dame, back up. Aiden Childs.
No.
So tuned in, Will this. Michigan State. Aaron Philo. We were talking about Georgia Tech.
You think anyone should care about the Michigan State? Is he even a starter?
Yeah, he was a starter. He transferred in from Oregon State when Jonathan Smith took over.
The only Michigan State quarterback I can recognize is the one that is named Kirk Cousins. Okay.
Colton Joseph.
No idea. Sounds like BYU.
ODU.
Close enough.
Jaden Craig, Harvard, and Jake Merklinger.
These guys all sound like they suck. I'm not interested.
Tennessee, yeah. I mean, there's not a ton in there at the moment.
I'm telling you, man. If Will Wilson can throw the ball forward, I'm more interested in him. I'm like the fact that Wake won with, oh God, what is his
Robbie
name?
Anderson.
Yeah, he was so shitty. I mean, that guy was terrible. Was garbage. Of course, he was throwing like moon balls on us for whatever reason that first half. But they got what, eight wins out of that guy, right? And they're 8 wins with him, and he was like hobbled half the season. I don't think you need to really do that. Just get a mobile guy. Like, Are we going to retain Roper? I thought Roper was the secret to retaining Bailey.
Yeah, right.
But like, I'm interested to see if Will Wilson run an RPO, because it does not seem like CJ Bailey can run an RPO.
Can Will Wilson read a cover 3? That's what I want to know.
Does do they even need to be able to do that? Right? Like what was Leach's whole thing? Like, I want them to throw the
make
ball,
it
not
as dumb
think
as
about
possible.
it.
Yeah, exactly. Make it as dumb as possible. Stupid, simple system.
Yeah. Like,
Dave is going to run Will Wilson like Jordan Lynch. It's just going to be.
I'm fine with it. Jordan Lynch was great in that role.
Yeah, I mean, he's just going to abuse it that way. I can see it coming. What do you think about the Lane Kiffin saga?
Pretty effed up, if you ask my opinion. Like, I actually thought they were going to kick Ole Miss out of the playoff. Like, you don't have a coach. I mean, FSU couldn't be in there, and they didn't have a quarterback. How can you win without a coach?
Right.
God.
I lost
Where
a lot
did
of
he
respect
end
for
up?
I like
LSU?
Lane because he's the ultimate troll. I like him from that standpoint. But I thought he handled it pretty shittily.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was, I don't know, poorly done.
I mean, I get it. I, too, would like to have FU money like that. It's kind of messed up. Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say, I'd love to see DeBoer go to Michigan and then Alabama try to get Lane at LSU and just watch that drama unfold again.
Oh, God. No, they'll get Dabo. Honestly, if I was DeBoer, I'd be like, what am I here for? Did you see how, well, actually, he'll probably say, did you see how bad I was in that SEC championship game and they still let me in this thing?
Penn State didn't even call Kalen DeBoer.
That's insane.
Insane.
You know what? I got a bunch of friends who are Penn State fans, and I have not said anything to them this week or the last 2 weeks. So I was like, I feel like they're going to be on death watch, ending up with Matt Campbell.
I mean, you traded James Franklin for James Franklin.
But
or maybe a lesser James Franklin.
I was about to say, like, James Franklin had a lot of cachet coming out of Vanderbilt, what he did at Maryland. Like, I wanted James Franklin here. Like,
yeah, I still would have taken him. Straight up traded Penn State for him.
Yeah, I can honestly, the fact that VT ended up with him and convinced their head coach to change offices and be the defensive coordinator.
That's crazy. That's the crazy thing. Like Brent Pyer fired, but you can just move over to that corner office there.
I've never seen someone cuck himself. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know.
Dude, that was nuts.
When James Franklin was all teary-eyed about him in that press, I said, is this guy gonna step down from head coach and become DC? I was like, am I getting a weird vibe here? That's so crazy. So crazy. How do you even do that? Like, you're like, I was running the whole thing, but now I'd like to be second fiddle.
Yeah. Go talk to that guy over there.
I never wanted to be head coach. Is he the head coach in waiting? Like, is he back to? I need to talk to my dad and be like, how are the Hokies feeling about this? Because that's so weird. Hey, that guy beat Dave Doran. Like, by not even being coach.
I'll say it wasn't even him. That's freaking Phil Montgomery. That was the backup.
Oh my God, that's so crazy. Oh man. What would that be like in our situation? So let's see. Do we have anyone that would even fall? I guess that would be like Tim Beck coming and being quarterback coach.
Oh, it'd be like Dave getting fired and Drink coming in and then keeping Dave to be his DC.
No, he would just be his grit coordinator.
his hand in the dirt coordinator.
Not enough hands in the dead, boys. God, I still can't believe that even happened. Bonkers. Let's go back for a second. Can you believe that Manny freaking Diaz won an ACC championship game?
I cannot. In the fashion they won it with their janky ass team, like
so insulting to NC State fans. How many years did we have 8-5 teams where we're like, if you you would just give us a chance to play a Coastal team, and then we have to watch 2 Coastal teams play each other. After we just had a season where we were practically a Coastal team. If you look at our schedule, there was like only 2 Atlantic teams on it. Ugh. Brutal.
Manny Diaz.
You know what? I'm with Quinn. That guy's a way better coach than people give him credit for.
I don't think so, but
he's owned Dave every time.
I mean,
he's never lost to him.
You can't argue at this point because he won an AC title.
It's insane. It actually, you know what? This proves my point that if you do nail it on quarterback, you can overcome so much. You can get 8 wins, and when stupidity, I still don't understand the tiebreakers that led to Duke being selected. I can't believe they weren't just like, you know what, this is silly. Let's just get Miami.
Stupid. The lines, it's the line. Like to me, it's the lines. Like Texas Tech put all their money in their lines, and they are just steamrolling people. I mean, Baron Morton's been fine. He hasn't been the reason they've been winning. Their lines are unbelievably good.
Yeah, I didn't realize that both. I knew UVA had. I didn't realize that Duke had also invested very heavily in their line.
Yeah.
I was impressed with the line play in that conference game. What can I say? A championship game. It's just, man, how many times do we have to say this? Is it not just ass backwards that NC State has not had a good entire offensive line unit since like the second or third year of Dave's tenure, right? When they had Brad, Barry, Adams, like that whole squad.
We've had 1 or 2 guys that have been good. Like
every year.
That's
just really weird.
And they're always guys like Icky that nobody wanted, or Jacarius Peak, who was like a tight end or whatever, like just undersized guy, turns into be like, why can't you get more of them guys? Oh, I don't know. We just have not.
You can clearly evaluate 2/5 or 3/5 of this line every time.
Yeah.
It's weird that maybe I'm wrong. I always thought the interior line was like relatively easy to sort out. Like find a bunch of mauling meatballs of guys and then surround them by 2 like, wafy tall guys that you can put weight on. I think that's the work. That's just drives me nuts. I just want to see us go out there and destroy people on the line. And it hasn't been here for a long time. And people act like we're crazy for pointing it out. Like, oh, what do you mean? The statistics say, or the Pro Football Focus says. And it's like, I have eyeballs, bro. We're not that physical.
Correct.
Man.
I don't know. The other thing that came out today or yesterday was the football schedule. So NC State's home opponents, listen to this banger: California, Duke, Louisville, Syracuse, Wake Forest. At Florida State, at North Carolina, at Stanford, at Virginia, in Brazil.
I just heard an ACC championship team.
Will Dave Doran get 7 ACC wins for the first time, but he got it in the COVID year when he had 10 chances. So for the second time,
So what, we've got 9 conference games next year? 9 real ones?
Yeah.
So we could go 7-2 and still not be in a championship game. God, jeez, I hate this sport. Okay, let me just say this. I've been saying this for a while. The ACC should take the top 6 teams in the final week of the season, and you have your championship game and you have your second and third place games, right? Why are we not having a Thursday night game, a Friday night game, and a Saturday game? And basically saying, you guys go fight it out and you guys get extra money. You guys are the top 6 teams. And for you other 4 that aren't in the championship game, you guys get a quality victory, and we're going to give you a bunch of money. And we're going to dominate because we're going up against G5 conference games.
Anything could be better.
Yeah.
Correct. Also wanted to point out Carolina's schedule.
Oh boy, here we go. They're going to
Notre Dame, Notre Dame, Miami, Louisville, Virginia, Clemson, Pitt, TCU, UConn, Duke, NC State.
Wow, they're going to go 2-10.
Syracuse, ETSU.
Wait, so who are their cupcakes? ETSU and who else?
UConn.
Is Morris still there?
Yes.
They're cooked. My God, that's like a 2-win season.
That is way worse than what's going to be than what they had this year.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What'd they end up with this year? 4 wins?
something like that. No, 5. I think they needed us to be bowl eligible, I believe.
That doesn't even sound right to me.
Maybe not.
No, I have to
But
look.
like 5 and 7.
Well,
Either
yeah.
way, and their goal is to bring in 40 freshmen. I just like,
Do these guys know how to coach? Like, do they understand this? They don't understand the sport. They are so used to the NFL.
they don't. I don't know what it is or what. I don't know.
18-year-olds are very different than 22-year-olds. Bill might know this based on his current experience. They were 4-8 when we played them, or 4-7 when we played them.
Okay.
That
that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough.
you know what? They're gonna make a lot of money because they're gonna have eyeballs on those games, right? Their viewership numbers are gonna be incredible. I'm told the brand is amazing, so
Isn't that
good for
crazy?
them. I would veto that schedule. Like, are they allowed to do that? Be like, no.
Throw the white flag. We're going to watch cheerleading competitions, adult cheerleading competitions.
God,
Yeah.
that sucks. Does anyone else have a crazy schedule like that?
There's only 2 I saw. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sure there's others, but just enjoying, reveling in what Carolina's got to deal with. All right, got to talk basketball. First question we have: would you give Will Wade a C- or a D+ so far?
I will give him an A+ in press conferences.
A+ in press conferences, absolutely.
I'm new to being a dad, but that was like the angriest. I'm gonna be cool about it. Dad energy. Like, what did he say?
Dude,
it's great that we got a
everywhere.
3.0, but this isn't a daycare.
Yes, dude, everywhere. That his quotes have gone just everywhere. It's unbelievable. Barstool and Field of 68 and John Rothstein, everybody. It was a damn lead-in on the ESPN app. When you open the app, it was Will Wade talking about.
He's
We're
right.
not here to play school. I mean, he's not wrong.
Here, he had me at the last pregame presser where he said, "I don't like the taste of food after we lose. I want my damn pizza to taste better after the game." Like, I was like, "Boy, man, I feel it." I don't know. I don't know how to judge him because to that point, it's like you can sit there and count all these mistakes these guys are making, and what did he say? Did he say we're too casual? What was the quote from that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of casual personalities on the team. Like, one, you did recruit them, you brought them in. What's it going to take to get this out of them? And then, like, 3, I feel like you only say this if you think the team can actually be better and that they're not that bad. Like, right? Like, I don't think you come out and basically say that Paul McNeil is the only guy that works hard, and other than Darion, who was sick, and who you say, Arsenault or whoever was sick, and like Van Leuben. So basically, he was like, 4 of you guys are good, and he goes something like, he was like, Q's doing his best or something like that. So you basically said like basically 3/4 of your roster is like bullshit right now.
I don't know. I didn't take it like that. I think he's trying to get them motivated. Like,
No,
he's
I get
trying
it.
to get. He's trying to get them, and he made the point of calling out Paul McNeil being,
That was such a
in the
great-
exhibition game.
Yeah.
Paul McNeil was the one who hit the game winner, but they were talking about the night before. He was the only one in the gym working while everybody else went to a young boy concert. I don't even know what that is.
You can go to the NBA Young Boy concert. I'm cool with that, but that's what you get.
Yeah, and then he said about the game. Paul McNeil puts up 47 points, breaks the record. He's the only one in the gym working, and coach like wants more of that from his guys. And like it's his motivating tactic, right?
Yeah.
He's clearly trying to get Darian Williams to not be so casual. Like that's just kind of his too cool for school attitude. And he just needs some more leaders. You just need more of that. You just need more dog in him. I don't really have the right analogy for it, but he's supposed to be your guy, and he's not being that. I mean, he's getting you a 12 and 12 every night. That's fine, but that's not what you don't want fine from your All-American. You don't fine from the guy you paid up to get because he's supposed to be legit. Like, you need him to be the alpha. He's not. And it's affecting the rest of the team. And then he's talking about the rest of them just making dumbass mistakes all the time.
Yeah.
And the difference is to me, and like I appreciate his candor and him being upfront about it, because he's talking like we would talk if we were criticizing his team. But what I like about it is, like, to me, I have faith that he'll actually figure it out. Maybe they made some bad evaluations with personality types, not just skill, because I think there's a lot of skill on this team. But maybe they didn't put the personality part into it enough, right? The NFL does 700 psychology tests for that reason, to try to figure out personalities. I think what's going to come with this is they're going to change their evaluation. They're not just going to evaluate on, Moneyball talent. It's going to be, do they fit in the system, and what do they bring leadership wise? Like, he's talking about toughness, and he's just railing guys, and I have faith that he's going to figure it out. It might not be this year. I think this team is still good enough to be a tournament team, but yeah, it's refreshing for once to have a guy that you believe will do the right things, and like he'll figure it out. It's not like Kevin Keith's going out there just rambling some nonsense. Like, he's talking about very specific, statistics, doing, deflections and all these other things he's talking about, and plays, and how
when he was like, we made 88 mistakes in pregame.
Yes. Yeah, and in the shoot around. He was talking about the shoot around at the game.
He was like 36 for this, 30 that, blah, blah. He was like, I'm not even going to tell you about the other 50. And I was like, well, now I want to know what the other 50 were. But
right.
Yeah, I think his whole point is, I think what I take away from it is this: you are better than who you are right now, and all you've got to do is just play with intensity and detail. And this team, you would have won Kansas, you would have beat Auburn, like you would have beat Texas. Like, his points are very valid. Like, the fact that you guys are even close to winning these games with how poorly you play the game, as far as I see it, just lock in. Like, I loved his comment where he was like, you make the same mistakes in shoot around, in practice, in the game. Same guy who fouls all the time because they have no attention to detail and they make mistakes and they just act all shocked when they foul in the game. I was just like, man, I feel you, dude. I feel you. That's going to be so frustrating. But yeah, I think we're in good hands, and I feel like it's an A+ hire, and he's an A. Like, I'm not worried about it. Like, my expectations were very low. I know he came in saying, we were going to be top 5 in the league or whatever he said at that opening presser. Like, I agree, great mentality, but you got to get these guys to understand, like, to stop being who they are, and that's going to take time. So just get it figured out by tournament time.
Andrew Slater tweeted this out earlier today, and it was in response to somebody quote tweeting Wade. He said, Andrew Slater, GM, need to continue to attract ever more competitive, hardworking, resilient, diligent, intelligent, team-oriented, tough, skilled, athletic kids. So, like, even right there in their this is a guy who does the evaluations. They're factoring in more of the intangibles. And then it goes on, who are good representation for the university and fan bases. Retain those that fit. This is year one, right? So they're figuring it out, and like, I think they're starting to understand it. So I'm just not worried about it. Everybody's all upset about the Kansas game, and again, I guess I get it. They would have been nice to win, and you let a guy who's shooting 18%, light it up. But you're playing the odds there. You leave that guy open all the time at every level. That's what they do. Don't let the 3 guys who are going to be lottery picks beat you, and make the guy who's not beat you. And he did. And even Wade said in the presser today, he's like, we win that game if we guard the back cut and whatever else he was talking about. Like, if we do that, that's 5 points right there, and we win this game. It's not a problem. And they still had a shot to win in regulation. Q makes that layup 60% of the time.
And they could have won it in overtime, too. Like, I mean, it's just...
Yeah.
That's
people
the thing
were dogging Wade about that. Like, guard him. I'm like, that is the exact situation. Like they knew this coming in. This is what they were going to do. You're going to sag off the guy who can't shoot. You dare him to shoot. He gets hot. All right, then you start closing out on him. But you still got to do the other stuff. You do the other things, and you still win that game despite the guy going,
Yeah.
nuclear.
Those points are coming from somewhere for Kansas.
Yeah.
You'd rather have it be what did Joe Giglio used to always call the like hero for the day or whatever. Like, just that's who you want doing it. You don't want the Stars ripping up 50 points on you. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
I haven't actually watched
State's at 34 in the net. Like I'm not worried about this program, man. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Their talent is there. They're going to get hot. They're going to beat some people. Maybe it might not be the run people wanted him to go on in year one, but I think there's just, I don't know, you build on it. There's a lot to build on. Like I'm just not getting down on. We got the right guy running the program. Like I'm not worried about it. It'll get there. It's not.
I don't really
instantaneous. It just doesn't happen like that.
I don't really care what the record is, but like I'd rather be on all cylinders going into the ACC tournament than being on all cylinders right now than flip-flopping, just fluttering your way through the ACC. Like I think the adversity at this point is good. It sucks, yes, that you've been so close in each of these opportunities and it's just been luck or incredible shooting. In my head when I saw that Paul McNeil hit whatever, what was it, 10 threes or whatever, I was just like,
11,
couldn't have done that against Kansas or, like we're having all these great we got these great performances in the games where you're like, we're gonna win this one anyways, right? Like so, I don't know.
And I get that, and people are like, well, Paul's got to do it against the the P4 schools or whatever. Like he will. He played 11 minutes or whatever Kevin Keats put him in last year. Like he's another one. He'll figure it out. He's good enough shooter. He's a good enough scorer. He's a good enough player that he'll figure it out. He's going to have some ups and downs. These guys all do. Yeah. This is essentially his freshman year playing. So I'm just not worried about it. Bruce Pearl just tweeted tweeted out.
Great?
This is spectacular. I'm a closet Will Wade fan. No man rises to low expectations. Kindergarten is over. He ain't running no daycare. That's what Bruce Pearl just tweeted out. Like he's saying the right things. He will figure it out. Like let's not freak out, right? I mean, I just don't.
I'm surprised no one's chirped at him and be like, well, you didn't coach against him this year.
I don't know. I would have liked to.
He retired before the year, right? Didn't he retire like last minute? And his son took over, right?
Yeah.
And then beat us. Yeah. I mean, I'm really not worried. I'd rather, honestly, like I love how Will Wade comes across in these pressers. I feel confident in him. It's kind of like when you get like salty, pissed off Dave who comes out like this sometimes, and you're like, well, yeah, why don't you just act like that more often? Bring that heat to every game, please.
Yeah, exactly. I gotta give a shout out to Cater who's watching. Just posted a picture in the pod chat. He's watching it watching us live on his TV next to his NC State Christmas tree.
My God, man.
Thanks, Cater. I appreciate it, bro.
No, shut it off. Get on the water, Cater, man. What are you doing here?
Lane just tweeted out a picture of him doing hot yoga with two LSU cheerleaders. So,
Lane.
I mean,
I remember
I like him again.
I think on the SEC show he was like talking about how Ole Miss had like done so much to like rehabilitate him, and he was there with his daughter and blah blah, and then he just turned right back into Lane.
Yeah.
God. Well, I hope they're good down there because LSU is like probably like my random SEC team that I cheer for. So why not?
That is random as hell.
I just think, man, I liked it when Saban was down there. Like weird things that stick with you.
Nick Saban came out earlier today and said, what did he say? Let's just keep all of the, I forgot how he phrased it, non-Power 4 schools out and make them have their own playoff and whatever. That's what he said. I'm like, what?
Remember when Boise State beat Oklahoma with Adrian Peterson?
Yeah, right.
Sometimes it happens, man. That's the best part of this sport.
Yes.
Like, God.
And these are the people making decisions. Like, people are listening to him make these decisions. Like, I don't know, man.
Once you retired, like your voice should be like shut off from the sport. Like, you know, it's like when you have to listen to Urban Meyer, and I'm like, dude, you're like a decrepit human being. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear your input unless it's on, you know, how to embarrass your family.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say this. Really like Nick Saban in some of these commercials I've been seeing lately. That VRBO one, pretty good. Not gonna lie.
That is pretty funny. But if you're like, all right, so I asked my wife this question. I think it was my wife. If you're, and maybe it was you. I don't remember. Like, why are you still doing commercials?
Yeah.
You're Nick Saban. You have $500 million, $200 million. Like, why are you doing a VRBO commercial?
More money.
But why?
Miss Terry has a certain level of standard that she requires.
That's just it's purely ego to keep yourself relevant.
I think so. I think
I think it's a disease. I can't turn it off.
you know, but the thing is
crazy.
like, it's funny because what I was just going to compare him to was Deion Sanders, who is like maximum ego. And so it's like when you see them in commercials together, it's kind of funny. You're like, I know he's got an ego, but his ego, I guess, is like repressed, you know, compared to Deion. But like, I almost like respect Deion for being so just on the surface level with it.
I guess.
So this is what he said. Would we allow the winner of the AAA baseball league, the International League? I don't even know what the name of it is. Would you let them in the World Series? That's the equivalent of what we do when JMU gets in the playoff and Notre Dame doesn't. You know what? I know some JMU Duke dogs that are pretty jazzed about them being in the playoff, and that's cool, man. Like, we don't need, like, hey, Notre Dame, man, you need to run the table if you're going to be this independent, sassy britches like you guys were the other day. Like, it's just, I don't know, man. I'm tired of Notre Dame.
Yeah, I don't care at all about them.
Yeah, like, why doesn't Nick Saban just say the quiet part out loud? Alabama shouldn't be in the playoff. Notre Dame should. JMU did what they had to do. Did Alabama? I don't think so. I don't understand why Alabama beating Georgia one time is so important. But anyways.
Speaking of JMU, go and look up DMV Adventures on, I guess it's on Twitter or whatnot. But it's a dude who decided to take a train from D.C. to Oregon to watch JMU play the Ducks game. And that's pretty interesting. But he took a train, and the train's going through Montana, and it was like a 9-hour delay because there was a 70-mile-an-hour blizzard. I was like, what? It's fascinating that people do these things. It's a long train ride.
It was an epic journey through multiple cities, but all of a sudden in the middle of Montana, things started to go wrong. Okay.
Yeah. He's entertaining. It was pretty good.
I'll have to take
a quick watch on that one. That's good. Anything else we got going on here?
Let's see. We talked about soccer and how great they were and how disappointing we were.
Somebody asked on X, what does this bowl game mean for Dave Doran? I read, it was a serious question, and I started laughing when I first read it.
He's probably got a bonus associated with it.
Nothing. He doesn't give a flying F about these games. We've already seen that before. It's a vacation. I don't know.
Is being in Tampa really a vacation?
It's 80 degrees there. Yeah, it's better than it is right here. Yeah.
My tall turf fescue's loving this weather. I don't know why you guys are this is a hands in the dirt, man, not a hands in the sand. Okay?
He wants to be a hand in the sand guy.
He's got feet in the sand right now, not hands in the dirt. What does this game mean? I don't know, man. I'm sure he probably has some bonuses for hitting 8 wins. And the thing is, he likes this team. I feel like he didn't like some of the other, like last year. I don't think he liked the team
last year.
He didn't like that team.
Why the retirement thing felt real.
But it's also kind of why it looked like we mailed it in that bowl game. I feel like he was like, man, I'm so tired of being around these dudes. And now I got to listen to this guy from Hawaii tell me some other random story before I fire him, you know. Like, I think he just wasn't happy with it. So I think, honestly, he really likes his team. So I wonder if he's kind of given his best effort. It's really weird, too. it's just so weird that they basically had like 4 or 5 days off, and then it was bowl prep time.
Yeah.
Like usually you get a bunch of practices. I don't even know if you even get the full complement of practices you would have gotten. Um, so I don't
I'm
know.
sure they do. Yeah.
I think they're gonna beat the. I mean, I hope they beat the hell out of Memphis. I really want this. I cannot go into another season. What we'd be 7-6. Oh God.
I don't know how much momentum a program gets from winning the Gasparilla Bowl in the offseason. Like,
Maximum.
I don't know what that does for you, but we've said this all the time. Like you need to start winning these games because it inflates it inflates everything. Like you do feel better about the season, right? I mean, how many 9 winning seasons would Dave have had if he won the bowl games, right? And it's just a lot of
I think he would have
compounding
10
interest on all these things. I don't know if he cares about the bowl games, so might just laugh at that, but he should. There's some value in it. I don't.
You know, the thing though too is if you think about it, he has always had like these kind of razor thin margin teams, and a lot of times
Yeah.
in those bowl games, Aleem McNeil's out, or we had Leary was out, like that game we played against Kentucky. Anyways, but he I think is even more behind the gun, and it seems like every time he randomly comes up against a team that really gives a shit that day. Like Kentucky gave a crap that day, Kansas State gave a crap that day.
Yeah.
Like he has been kind of unlucky that he hasn't got like the mail it in team since Arizona State, basically. So I wonder if there's something kind of to that. I don't know.
I always hope we go into these bowl games and we just like air it out and just do something completely crazy, but we don't. We run there, do the same stuff we always do. And
Do you really want CJ Bailey airing it out at this point?
I want Will Wilson airing it out.
I just want Will Wilson to run the ball like 80 times. I mean, just how brutal is it? You see this guy lined up back there and you're like, I know what he's doing. He's just going to run right here in the A gap. It's nothing special. And then he just does it. And then like 5 yards behind you and you're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I love it. I love that. I love that he vultured so many touchdowns of CJ's. Like it was.
Oh, the pod chat was on fire because we were gambling Will Wilson overs on TDs in that Carolina game, and it was like I don't know plus 800 for him to get 3, and then it just plus 1500 for him to get 4. And it just kept going. We were like in, and he just kept sniping touchdowns. It was amazing.
I called it when we played UVA, and I remember said something. You were like, "There's no way." I said, Will Wilson have more touchdowns than CJ, and you were like, "Nah." Oh my gosh. I still can't believe Hollywood Smothers is transferring. What a weird day, man.
The portal, yeah, that one doesn't sit right with me.
You know what I hate about it is I mean, he basically did it the day before the game, but you couldn't hold that in till tomorrow.
That'd been worse.
No, because then like that would be less prep for I'm sure everyone's gonna be watching Duke Scott's tape now, but I don't know. I felt bad. Someone was like, my mom had like short-term memory loss. This was on IPS. And before she started having short-term memory loss, she used to always say she loved that Hollywood was her man and she loved watching him. And he was like, I just feel bad now. And I was like, damn, dude.
You won't remember at least.
I know, but yeah, I thought that too. But I mean, I don't know. It just sucks.
Paid for the Hollywood Smothers signed NIL posters.
That's like when I got the signed thing from the guy who transferred from us to UNC, and I was like, what a kick in the nuts. I don't know. It's just really, it's
Jakeem
really
Harris, right?
Yeah. It's just, man, it's just weird. It's everything's so transactional now, and I get it, but God, it sucks. Because I mean, he was really fun to watch this year when he was healthy.
I really enjoyed it. And I'll watch him next year. It's like I watched KC this year, who was also an All-American. Yeah.
Oh God, how many of our guys transferred and are in playoff games?
There's a few. I know a bunch of them are going.
Where did those DBs go?
Cisse was at South Carolina.
Okay.
I can't think of his name at LSU.
Coley?
Yeah, LSU.
Coley and Cooley?
Cooley. Yeah.
Yeah. Where did Bishop Fitzgerald end up? I can't believe I have to even
saw
type
his
this out.
name. I'll say, was it Cal or something like that? It was something random.
USC. How?
USC. Okay, it was out there.
That's crazy. Did not see that coming. Man, that guy, if I remember correctly, he's the one who missed the tackle that would have won the ECU game. So,
Correct.
brutal, man. God, have we covered everything?
I think so. That's all my things. All the stuff.
God,
Yeah.
really looking forward to the next podcast in about 8 weeks.
Hey, man, life's busy. We'll find a way.
Amen, man. Amen. You know what? I think I saw it somewhere, right? But how do you feel about this? What if the football season started a month earlier?
Oh, it'd be great.
Right?
It'd be way better.
Like there'd be a lot of hot games and stuff for sure, but
What?
yeah, who cares? I'm paying for these guys to sweat now. But don't you think, like, wouldn't that be a better way, like you end summer with football games, we have these championship games, 4 weeks ago? So that would have been in November.
Yeah.
Like the playoff happens at a more natural spot ahead of the playoffs for NFL. Like, isn't this obvious that we should be doing that?
Yes. There's a lot of obvious things that we should be doing that we don't, but
Open
that's
it
for a
up
whole
with
nother
a
podcast.
bowl game to start the season.
Right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, that's it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting the pod. Hope everybody has a happy holiday.
Hopefully we post this.
Yeah, hopefully I don't forget to post it again. I guess I went to edit the thumbnail and didn't post that one. That was random. Sorry about that. But anyway, thanks for listening. Go back.
Go back.